So I wanted to talk again today about spirituality. In our first video, we were talking about, that joy should be the baseline, the bottom line of our being. And if it's not there, then we need to discover why. Something's inhibiting that because it's a natural part of who you are. And so we have to get back to the possibility of feeling that. Somehow it's being blocked. In going down deep within inside oneself, we talked about breathing and finding an inner peace, finding a place where you're in peace so that you can get back in contact with your unique truth. Now, something which might be helpful in that voyage, because it's an inner spiritual voyage, is to get it out too as well. So to what you hear, what you would observe about your own self, to get it outside of you. So put it down like in a diary. A diary can be very helpful instrument in your spiritual voyage, but it also helps you remain in contact with, well, what happened a year ago? What was that thought that I had? And it might take that long of a time to come around back to an understanding, but if you don't have a memory of the process, you could more likely lose touch with it. So it's a help. It's not a necessary, but it can be very much so a help. And it also physically, if you write it down or you register it somehow, it gets it out of it, and then you can see it again. And that's very helpful in bringing forward a spiritual journey, is to be able to look at that, observe it, and come back to it when it's necessary. Think about it when you find a particular time of peace. And sometimes it might not always be that we can find peace. I mean, if sometimes we live on like a wavelength where we're up and down. And when we come to a point when, I found a piece, to pick it up again and reread through it can be very helpful in coming to a consciousness of, well, what did that mean? Dreams or thoughts, people you've met who stimulated in some way. Well, what did that meeting with that person mean? I'm not sure, but I know they stimulated me. If I have it put down somewhere and I can go back to it and not just, well, what happened that day and have to go into my memory, but I can read it again. That can be very helpful. So getting it out is another part, I believe, very important of the spiritual voyage, and getting down to the depths. So we're looking to get back to the base of who we are, and the base should be joy, peace, love. Those were baselines. And going back to our original truth and trying to discover it, name it, and release it, that's going to necessarily bring us back to those words. If we're not there, then there's something messed up in that process. And so we have to clear it out. We have to understand what happened so that it got confused, and make choices that will help us live according to that truth. That will necessarily bring us back to a level of joy and peace in our lives. Thank you.